In the previous video, we have seen that how we can use the inbuilt function of a Python, and in this video, we are going to see that how we can generate a function for you. On means, if you call that function, it should be able to do something. As you have seen the print statement, if you call a print statement, it will be able to print the value. So any other function you want to create, let's say a calculator you want to create, and you just need to enter the value, no need to see all the program. So you can define a function and you can call the function, so that later on you can use whatever code is written inside the function, user defined function, we can use that. Fine. So how the function is defined? So it is defined as the with the keyword def. Okay, so def is the keyword, or it is the inbuilt method of the function Python to generate a or to create a user defined function. So let's quickly try to generate a simple one. So I have to write def, that means I am going to define a function here. Fine. So after def, let me write uh, my function. So I want to develop something. So remember one thing, whenever you give a function name, or if you want to create any function, the condition is that it is same as the variable, in the sense that it should not have any kind of. So here you have to give a colon here. Okay. So now this is defining that I am creating a function here. So whose name is my function. And if I call this function, then it should be able to do a thing, that is printing. I am just giving a printing statement here. So it will print hello, and then let me do one thing, take a input from the user. So let me take a x, or let me take name equals to. So name equals to, I'll take input from the user as enter your name, and what I'm going to do, I'll print hello, and then I'll write here name. So that means if I call this function, it will ask me what is your name, and it will print hello, and that name will come here. Fine. So now this is what the function definition is, that much is enough. So if you run this also, nothing is going to happen. It is not going to print hello here. Even if the statement is written, it is not going to print that. So how to use this function now? So simply wherever you want to use the function, so my underscore, if I write function and then give a bracket, closing bracket. So remember, whenever defining a function, you have to give a closing bracket. Whenever you are calling a function also, or whatever you have written, you want to use that, in that case also you have to use a close bracket here. So if I run this code, now it is asking me my name. So let me write m classes here. If I run, so it is writing hello m classes. Fine. So what we have learned here, that I can define a function on my own, and then later on I can call that function at any point of time, and it will be doing the job for me. So for example, you can create this small function for different tasks here, and then finally you can call whatever function you want, and you can do your work. So this is a function where I am not taking any value from the user, or and in the sense that I am not taking any value when I am calling the function. For example, I want to give some value to the function, and then using the value, the function should be calculating something. Fine. So in that case, what we can do? So here I will define another function. Let me write here print function. So I am going to do print function. So don't use the keyword that is inbuilt function for Python. And here I am going to take a variable that is name. I am just passing the variable name. Okay, with a colon you write print. So here you write hello, then you write welcome, and then you write the variable that is name. Fine. So now the function definition is done here. So if I run this, there is no problem. So it is just function definition is done. Now what I am going to do, externally I will take the name as a input here. Let me take name as a input. So not name, let us take something else. Let's just take X. Fine. So inside this I am going to write enter your name here. Okay. Now I will call the function. How to call the function? As I said, you have to write the function whatever you have written exactly same spelling. You should make sure that spelling is always same, and inside this bracket I will pass the variable that is x. Okay, that means x I am taking the input from in this particular program, and then I am passing the value of x in the function x, in the function print function I am passing the value of x. Now what will happen when I run this program? It will go to this program, and here what I am taking name as a variable and using the name in the program. So this x value is nothing but it will become the value of name. So let us run this program. So here it is asking the name. So it is printing that hello welcome M classes. That means here I am giving the variable as x, but when I am passing that variable through this one, then that same variable is being used inside the user defined function. Fine. So how to do that? Just pass one variable here, and then you can write any other variable that you want to use in the function for your convenience. Use the same variable and you can do your job. Fine. Now let us see that if there are, for example, multiple values I want to pass, then what to do? Okay, so let us try to create one function which can do the addition for me. So let me define a function here, and I will do add function. If I write add, I should not write because it's an inbuilt library. So let me write add func in a shortcut, and here I am going to pass two values, that is a comma b, let's say. Fine. So what I am going to do here, whenever whatever code I am writing inside the function, then I am writing one variable a and b. I am passing two variables here. Now I will write here result. Okay, so result equals to, I will write a plus b, and then I will print the result also. Fine. So now I have defined the function. If I run, there is no error is there. So here I am just adding two values, that is passing two values inside the function a and b, and I am doing the calculation, just a addition there. So now let us write another program where I will take x equals to 5 and I will take, let's say, y equals to 10. Okay, and I am going to call the function here. So how to call? Just write the function name, and then whatever it is you want to pass the value, you write x comma y here. Okay, so now if I run it, so it is, sorry, here it's printing as a string, it should be as a result. Now you run this, and then after, if I run this, it is printing the value is 15 here. Fine. Okay, so one thing is important here, how you write the sequence is very important. So let us do one thing here. I'll write a divided by b, and we'll see the result what is happening. Okay, now if I write a divided by b, so let me write what it is going to do here. So it will take x equals to a and y equals to b, like this it will be done. So the answer will actually be 5 divided by 10. Fine. So answer will be 5 divided by 10. So if I run this, and then if I run this code, so see answer is 0.5. But here if I change the sequence y comma x, if I make, then what will happen? The answer is becoming 2. That means it is making 10 by 2, 10 by 5. So it is important that in which sequence you are passing the variable from the function call, and in which sequence you are receiving the value from the function call. So if I change the chronology here also, b comma a, if I write, again you will get the same answer, 0.5. So let it be like a comma b. Fine, I think this much is understood here. So next is something called as actual parameters, or let me write it here. So that we have seen that how to send parameters in a Python. So then we'll actual parameter, that means instead of getting a value from somewhere else, so can I write that value inside the program itself? So let us do one more definition, function definition. I want to do the subtraction function I want to create, and then I will pass the value 3 comma 10, let's say. Fine, and inside that, sorry, you need to give a colon, then inside that I want to write that your subtraction is equals to 3 uh, comma 10. So like this also you can do. Fine, not like that, sorry. no, not like that. Actual function passing is, instead of passing a variable here, if I write add underscore function func, and here if I directly pass the variable 3 comma 5, so it is add func. Now it is giving me the value, so it is doing the 3 equals to a and 5 equals to b, and it is doing the calculation. So if I write here 10 and if I write here 5, now the answer is 0.5. Okay, so what it is doing, a divided by b it is doing. So add function we are dividing here a divided by b, fine. So it is passing the direct values there, 10 divided by 5. Now if I write here something else, let's say if I write, so I have not run this code, that's why it is coming error actually. So 10 comma 5, now the answer is 2. So why the error was coming, because I changed this value but I have not edited this value. Okay, so now if I change the values here also, you can see that you can get answer. So if I divide 100 divided by 1000, answer should be 0.1, which is coming. That means instead of passing a variable, you can pass a like direct values also, fine. So next is, here what I am doing, I am not taking any value out from the function. So what I am doing, I am giving the value to flow inside the function. That means a and b value I am giving externally. So what if that it should calculate something and it should give me back the result, and then I will be able to print that result on my own. So that is called as something return values. Okay, so return values means what? So this one will return one value to me. So let us define one more function here. So let me write the function name as add underscore function funct, and there what I am doing here is I am passing the variable a comma b. Okay, so I am not going to print anything here, I am just going to return the value of the addition. So for that you need to write the keyword as return. So return is what? Return a plus b. So that's what you return. Okay, now if I run the code, there is no error. Now what I will do here is I will take a variable that is result, that is equals to, I will call the function here add underscore funct, and then I will pass the value here. Let me take 5 and 10, let me take here. So if I run this code, so now there is no error, but if I want to print the result here, so what will happen? So it will print the value of result is 15. Now here I am not directly adding the 10 plus 5, but what I am doing, I am taking a variable that is result, and that value is equals to add function 5 comma 10, and because here we have written one function as return here, so what will happen, this one will give me a output, this one will give me a value, and that value I am storing inside the result variable. So if you don't write the return, so see, if I don't write the return here, sorry, if I don't write the return here, now this function is correct, so there is no error is there. But if I run this code, so I am not getting any value there, because I am not returning any value from the previous function. So here you have to return, and then if you run the code, you will get the result there. So this is how user defined functions are there. Okay, so that's what is about user defined function. In other videos we will see some more examples of this user defined function. So thank you.